Let's now go through the service functions of the HF3500. To get into the service mode, you open the main door, locate the control board on the back side of the door, and on the control board you'll see a red service mode button. Press that service mode button. This now puts you into the service mode. In the service mode, we can scroll through the service mode to the different menus by pressing 9 and 10. And this is going to scroll us through the different functions of the service menu. We're going to start out with the motor count. What the motor count is, this will give us the total count of motors that are configured to the controller. In this case, when we hit button number A, it tells us we have 25 motors. And the way it comes up with those 25 motors is that's 5 on the top tray, 5 on the next tray, 10 on the next tray, and 5 down in the canned drink unit, thus giving us 25 motors. The next function of the service mode is the bill escrow. And what the bill escrow is whenever a customer puts a dollar bill into the machine, if they were to hit the coin return, what it would do is give them back that dollar bill. We recommend that you turn bill escrow on simply so that customers are not using your machine as a dollar bill changer. It will empty out your coin changer, and then once your coin changer gets too low, the dollar bill acceptor will turn off. So we recommend that you turn this feature off. The next listing is multi-vend. And what multi-vend is, if I put a dollar bill into the machine and I make a 50-cent vend, that leaves me a 50-cent credit. I can then make another vend for any amount up to the amount of credit that I have. If I turn multi-vend off, then as soon as the vend has been completed, the customers automatically return their credit to them. We recommend that you turn multi-vend off, unless you're doing a promotional item where you vend one and then possibly give a discount on another one to keep their credit up there, sort of like a soup and crackers type thing. You'll notice since I didn't perform the next function within the allotted amount of time that the machine went back into the sales mode. To go back to the service mode, simply reopen the door, press the service mode button. Next item we're going to look at on the service functions is the can switches. And what the can switches is down inside of the can unit there are sold out switches. And this lets the electronic controller know whenever there's not a soda or drink in that selection, that selection is sold out, and it will say choose alternate selection. The next item is the test item. And this is to test all the motors in the machine. We recommend that you do this when you first get your machine to make sure all your motors are working properly. We also recommend that you do not fill your machine and then do this test. As you'll see, each one of the selections is going to vend one item. So you don't want to do this test after you filled your machine. What will happen is now it's going to test vend one of each of the selections. It will go through and make sure all the motors are working. To stop, all you simply do is press and hold the 9 key, and that will stop the function of the multi-testing of every single one of them. The next selection is the selection test. This is a more common test for testing just an individual selection. So if I want to see if A4 is working, I just simply hit A4. A4 then rotates. Then I know that that motor is working properly. The next selection is the price. This is how to set the price of the machine. While in the price mode, we're going to make a selection, A1. We'll use A1 as an example. It's currently set for 70 cents. To change the price, I hit the 9 key, will bring me down in nickel increments, and the 10 key will take me up in nickel increments. Once I get to the price that I want set, I simply hit A, which takes me back to the price setting mode, and then I make my next selection, A3, B1, B2, and so on. I currently set all my prices to what I want them at, and make my next selection. Come back to the price setting area of the service mode, and we'll go to the next area, which is the cash mode. What the cash mode is a non-resettable counter inside the machine that keeps track of the total amount of cash that's gone through the machine. The next item is a sale. What the sale is, that's going to give us the total number of vends that the machine has seen. It's also a non-resettable counter. The next item is the coins. And what the coins is, inside the machine, that the coin changer has 3 tubes on it. It has a quarter tube, a dime tube, and a nickel tube. To get money to come out of those tubes, or to dispense money out of those tubes, we go to the coin section. We hit 1 for quarters, 2 for dimes, and 3 for nickels. And this will make the coin tube dispense 1 of each coin while you're holding the button down. This brings us back to the total motor count. So that takes us through the service functions of the HF3500. To exit out of the service mode, simply open the door, press the red mode button. Now this puts us back into the sales mode. These are the service functions of the HF3500.